let me start with chapter 12. Chapter 12 is your final project. And your final project, we give you a printed invoice paper. So you need to, at least you finish your advanced programming right now, you need to see a programmer's assignment. So what you do as a programmer, okay. So you receive a printed invoice. So the customer will say, this is what we want. Okay, we wanted to, we have an inline class, we have a real store too, but we need to have a, if this is online, the user click in and they purchase this, we need to be able to create an electronic invoice to send it to the user. That's one thing. And all is by computerized. No one doing that. Okay. And or if that will be a we say that real store, like Walmart real store at has a real location right there. And when the user, a customer in front of your clerk and purchase this item, we need to be able to print the invoice paper, so hand it to the customer. So either way, okay. Now that's your job to do it right now. So you will study this. Okay. So no matter how hard, how big, how this, in the future you will not even maybe you are in part of the job to develop and monitor air traffic for the airport, LAX, that's the largest airport, or small cities traffic monitoring. All right, so all these information technology system, many of them are created by Java. Okay, so your job, become a programmer right now. What you do? So now you notice you will never write anything, complete your thing in one class. That's just almost like impossible. And that's not a good idea too. Because when you do with one class, you mean you need to take care of everything. How could a bigger class take care of everything? Yes, you could. Only you understand. Once you make a mistake, take forever to debug. So that's why we learn something called object-oriented design. We want you divided and conquer. We want you to see everything and be able to see that thing as a class. Be able to divide it, your complicated task into a class. So very, very important here. Okay, very okay. So you learn, okay, to develop a complicated project. Okay, and with object-oriented design. What does object? What does object-oriented design? What does object-oriented design? Okay, so let me write for you. It will be on the test. So object-oriented design means this. Okay. Oh, this is number 1, number 2 already. All right. So object-oriented design is you look for nouns, because noun will be your classes, and you look for verb, because those will be your method. All right. So based on that, we take a look at this invoice right here. Take a look at this invoice right here. All right, invoice. So observe the printed, printed invoice, and find and try, okay, get the nouns and from the the customer's request. All right. So we want to try very hard and learn this, okay? Everything is learning. Do you understand? Is you are learning right now. So don't complain. It's a way to learn. Okay. So you observe. You see the invoice so big. So okay, what are the nouns you can all right? What are the nouns you can observe? Look, I see on invoice. Why don't I write invoice? Okay. I saw address. So why don't I write address? Okay. I saw this. I saw item, quantity, price, total, but I need to organize them. Do you understand? I organize them. Oh, it's a toaster, and each one is 29.95 cents. So I need a product. Then let's take a look each line here. The toaster by 3. So every time a person, we need a line item. This line item is describe what kind of product the customer purchased and how many. So I need a line item. So with this line item, the invoice class will put everything together. So we need to divide and conquer right now. So let's divide and conquer right now. Start from very beginning. All right, from the address. So your address class format the address. All right, so class address will format the address. Besides format, what address you need? All right, so you need to come right here right now. All right, you need to look for the property. Okay, so we take a look the address right here. Let's take a look the address. I need to have customer's name. I need to have street address. I need to have a city. I need to have a state and zip code. So then you need the address, the noun. So the private variable of address, okay, include. All right, so you include this will be what? Customer's name, then street address, then city name, then state name, initial, and zip code. Okay, so based on that, you write the class address. After that, you need the product. And the product, you always need the description and unit price. So those are the function you need, method you need. But the address for the product also need description and the unit price. All right. So what are the private variable product need? Okay. That will be what? Description and what? Unit price. Right? All right. So we can continue right here. We can continue. And line number, this is we need it. And when we are going to put the collector, so right here, you notice a line number has a product inside. Class line number has a product, has the product class inside. So this relationship is called aggregation. All right, it's called aggregation. So when you develop complicated projects, it's not only one class. So for this one has 4 class, and it is not, you cannot be avoid some of class has another class inside. For example, here line item has a product inside, and the invoice class actually have 2 class inside. One is address, one is line item. All right. So when we develop our line item right here, when we develop our line item, I need to get my invoice class pop out too. Just a minute. So based on what I told you right here, the invoice, okay. So here, let me ask you here. So invoice, class invoice. All right. So collaborate. With 2 other class. What are they? Okay. Class address and class line item. All right, line item. Now, pay attention for this right now. All right. So, line item here, okay, is will not be a the storage here. You see between these sides. So the storage data type, okay, the data type to store the line item should be a flexible data type. Okay, because you know the customer can order 3 or 5 or 1. Okay, should be a flexible data type. All right. So what we are going to use is, okay, we will use array list for the data type. All right. So you use array list for the data type. So take a look here right now. So the invoice has 2 things. All right. So invoice has 2 class, line item and address. But the line item here, because we already told you line item, maybe 3, maybe 5, maybe 1. So you have to use the container to store it. The container you are using is array list. So it's growth when it's bigger, when you need it longer, when you shrink it, when you don't need it. So that's why I turn here, and it will be on the exam. I really don't know you care or not. It will be on the exam. All right, so you add this right now. You add the product and quantity. Okay, and over here, right here, you need to format it. Okay, read out why we format this. Okay, how do we do this? How we format this? All right, so you format this, then that's now this is your invoice printer right now. So you put your address. Okay, then your invoice is same address, and the invoice add your product with 3. That's a line item. Then you print it. All right, so you need to study your printed, okay, printed invoice project. Okay, so let me copy this thing to your number 12.